First of all, I would like to say thank you to the past teachers, my past teachers of the Fort Compre. You know, many times as students, we leave this school or whatever school we went to and we forget who our teachers were. But I encourage you, do not forget who your teachers are. Later on, when you become prime ministers or whatever you become, do not forget the school you passed through. Principal, vice principal, teachers, other staff members, students, I greet you a blessed good morning. My task is not to deliver a sermon on mathematics and technology, but to motivate and encourage you to see the importance of mathematics and technology as the access to the future. Mathematics is a subject we have been taught from kindergarten until now. But do you know any history or some subcomponents of this subject that you have been doing all your life? Since the 17th century, mathematics has been an indispensable adjunct to the physical sciences and technology. And in more recent times, it has assumed a similar role in the quantitative aspect of the life sciences. As stated in the Collier's Encyclopedia, mathematics is conveniently defined by naming some of the traditional divisions of the subject. It includes, first of all, arithmetic, which is the study of numbers in relations between numbers and rules for combining numbers. The facts of arithmetic permit various kinds of concrete interpretation. First, 2 plus 3 equals 4 plus 1 correspond to saying, for example, that 2 books and 3 books together make up the same number of books as 4 books and 1 book. A statement like 2 plus 3 equals 4 plus 1, that is about purely mathematical objects without reference to any interpretation in the physical, is said to be abstract. Much of the utility of maths comes from its abstractness, which makes it applicable to many different kinds of problems. Algebra, for example, deals with numbers in an abstract way, and it enables one to solve problems that are beyond the scope of arithmetic. Geometry, a more concrete part of mathematics, deals with sizes and shapes of objects. Calculus, another aspect of maths, deals with quantities that vary in space or time, involves 2 basic concepts, function and limit, that do not appear in more elementary maths. This month is observed as Mathematics Month, as you are all aware. It is not only a month to win prizes for answering maths quiz, but for developing and adopting a positive and influential attitude towards the subject, which is internationally recognized to be of great significance. It is also a time to understand that it is because of the doctors' and nurses' accurate calculations that they were probably able to give your aunt, uncle, mother, grandmother, or relative the correct dosage of medication that did not kill them or cured their diarrhea, or maybe yours. Maths was used in ancient times to keep proper record of herds and flocks, as well as in the form of barter to an extent. Even in this rapidly changing modernized world where many people are tirelessly searching for answers, maths is used. Think about it. In order for a satellite to be launched into space, the spacecraft must have enough energy to overcome the pull of the Earth's gravitational field, which is derived from a knowledge and calculations of mathematics and the use of technology. Can you imagine that this world may have remained without computers and television if the inventors had not calculated the voltage that the TV or the computer monitor required so as to accelerate electrons in the oscilloscope which they both contain, resulting in the Tom and Jerry we are able to view? What about communicating with our relatives and friends in England or elsewhere? We would probably be using much more letter writing services, which in itself also entails maths to an extent, but a lengthy process if no telephones were available. Many of us complain about the difficulty of maths. Some of us reach as far as blaming the teachers and failing to realize that life would be no fun if there were no ups and downs in learning mathematics. Mathematics is the teacher of reasoning and analyzing. It motivates one to think. Unlike a teacher who never tells everything, requires one to do his own research, whether books, internet, or use people as resources to find answers. Mathematics can also be viewed as a baby. It requires much attention, especially in the early stages of learning it. As we know, a strong foundation will keep the structure of a building together. Mastering the introductory maths in forms 1 and 2 indeed serves as a foundation for building another story upon this foundation in forms 4 and 5, and even A-level. I urge you to not take your teacher's efforts nor the subject for granted, because as Newton's third law of motion states, I quote, "For every action there is an equal and opposite reaction," unquote. Therefore, it may haunt you if you treat it with disrespect, or assist you in solving your problems if you respect it. Quoting Sir Isaac Newton in his letter to Robert Hooke, and I quote, "If I have seen further, it is by standing on the shoulders of giants." End of quote. Therefore, if you students want to excel in life and truly want to be the next ministers, teachers, scientists, mathematicians, inventors, I say to you, stand upon the shoulders of your giants, your teachers, your role model, most importantly, trusting and seeking the Father's assistance, noting that being mathematics literate might well be a passport to get to another level in life. I treated maths with respect. It did the same to me. I loved it. It loved me more. I treasured the advice of my dear teachers, and it will forever remain with me. I have entered the doors of this institution to learn, and now I am serving. Do not treat maths as worthless, but place it second to your Bible, for maths is the solution to technology and accessing the future. Remember, the more you love it, the sweeter it gets. Renew your vows with mathematics and have an enjoyable, prosperous maths month. Thank you.